This is the mysterious middle of a 3-part journey that will lead us to the roof of the world, 1 kilometer above the Lyse Fjord. But to me, the journey is also a last hurrah for a dream I've had since childhood. Today, we're heading to a hidden valley far up in the mountains to uncover its secrets. But before that, something else just happened to be right along our route.
So now it's probably too dark, right?
Now it's recording. Now I'm brightening it.
There you go.
Kevin is in Norway to shoot a brand film for our Norwegian beanie company. But it was not the only thing that drew him here.
What's his name? Torgeir? How do you say it?
Torgeir?
Torgeir? Close? Tour guide? Oh, it's like tour guide without the D. And coming back to where my great-grandfather, grandfather, and father came to visit back in 1992. I wish they could be here with me because I know how much they loved it when they were here. And we're going into the mountains now after we visit the farm. Oh, here's a tunnel. Look at this nice tunnel.
We're going into the mountains right now.
Yes. After her boat.
No, I mean this
Okay, we did go into the mountains.
We did go into the mountains.
Kevin's great-grandfather migrated from Norway to the US in the early 1900s. And when we planned out this trip, we realized his ancestral farm was just an hour's drive away from where I grew up.
Doors open? Is that weird? Do we just walk in? Look at the lake down there.
When I started my beanie company in 2016, I would never have expected to find myself here. Entangled in my photographer's family history and realizing we both share roots on the Norwegian South Coast, history weaves in mysterious ways. But as Kevin gets shown around and sees the faces of his ancestors decorating the walls of the very farm they once left for the promised land across the seas, our own sense of adventure is fanned into flame. And soon,
Have you been just recording this whole time?
we're back on the road.
I made a critical mistake about 2 days ago, and that was to sleep in the car, and I slept for about 4 hours. So that messed me up, and I'm recovering from that mistake. Last night I slept great, so we're on the up and up.
You're going up in life.
Yes, my stock in life has gone up.
That's awesome.
My cryptocurrency is booming.
I love that guy said that if you would go into the mountains just a couple of generations ago, they would just call you crazy. Why waste all that energy? But here we are.
Our route goes up through the Setesdal Valley as the mountains slowly increase in size on both sides. And just when you begin feeling like an ant among giants, a small side road branches off and leads you slowly up.
It's so narrow, you have to like sort of get out into the side.
Until you breach the tree limit. And up here is the Birthplace of Dreams.
So right here, we stopped on that notorious trip, 2005, when I was like 14, and there was snow there, and it was June or something, and me and my friend had a snowball fight, and we were sliding on our shoes down the snow that was left, and it was snowball fight in summer, which is a tourist attraction in Norway.
Ever since as a kid, I got hold of The Lord of the Rings with its 18 hours of behind-the-scenes documentary. An obsession had taken hold of me, and I spent all my savings on my first little camcorder.
190 bilder.
Sånn! Jonas, stå sikt mot kamera nå.
My neighbors and I were outdoors filming every ounce of our spare time. Everything from silly skits to Jackass to war films. But the time I perhaps felt the yearning the deepest was when I brought my little camcorder on that trip in 2005, up this very road. The dream had taken shape in its vaguest form, held together like mist. It was to be outdoors in this majestic landscape and make film, but what I was lacking was a story. Further into the mountains, Kevin and I stopped on a nondescript parking lot in the middle of nowhere. From there, a mere 10-minute hike brings you down into this sweet, mellow bowl of life in the mountains.
Yeah, same on. Ready?
This is beautiful.
Go.
I'm going.
A natural reservoir, gathering up the shifting rains of the Norwegian mountains. A wide grassland above the tree line. Home to the southmost reindeer tribe in Norway, if you'd be so lucky to see them. But what you will definitely see are sheep. And because of the nature of our brand, hand-knit sheep wool beanies, we wanted to capture some of these woolly creatures for our brand film. My grandma's brother used to hold sheep somewhere in these vast mountain plains. The way it works is they let out massive amounts of sheep to graze freely across this landscape during summer. And when the time comes to gather them into their winter dwellings, shepherds and their dogs roam around the mountains, gathering them in for sorting and transportation. One of my favorite stories from Grandma is when she lay as a young woman looking down from a crag, watching 7,000 sheep being funneled in towards the pens during a few different drives. And she described the shepherds as being so in tune with the land that they had a special swaying gait. Now me and Kevin were here, again in a place of story and heritage, and my old self from 2005 was beginning to see the dream take shape. We were weaving together a story in the mountains, one worth telling.
You have to sweat yourself. You have to focus it here.
You doing good?
Yeah. You gotta go shoot some sheep.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the sheep shooter. It's on.
Hello, friends. We are in the highlands of Norway. Would you call them that?
Why not?
We're gonna call them the highlands. We have a plethora of sheep around. They are from the local herders. They let them out all summer long, right? All
Yes,
summer long,
yes.
since June, and they kind of just roam. And
I'm not sure about it being June. I'm not going to promise that.
Fine,
but
July, early July.
Maybe,
They're all
maybe.
over these hills. They're just everywhere, in just small little groups. And this is a pond, lake, and it is fed by all these little streams and from snow melt from the winter. And it's just very nice out. Very nice. And I'm enjoying myself. It just goes on for miles and miles and miles. Like we're in one little bowl. Like show the camera the bowl we're in. We're in a bowl. See this? But this is just one. There are thousands of these as far as the eye can see. And he just said I can drink from this, so I'm gonna go drink from the water. It's actually really good. It was like really sweet.
It is very sweet.
Yeah,
It's like-
hey, away from my bag. Get away from my bag. Shoot.
But this mellow bowl we were enjoying was merely a taste of the beauty we were about to find.
You want to walk a little bit
Yeah.
before we film more?
Mm-hmm.
Much than golfing. So what would you say? What makes humans want to hike?
Can I say what makes me want to hike?
Yeah, why not? That's a good starting point. You're a human, aren't you?
No, I'm Norwegian.
You are.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'm seeing all this, right? It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. My eyes just can't take it all in. But the back of my mind, I look over here to this edge where I can't see, and I have to know what's on the other side.
I know.
My mind tells me I have to know what is on the other side of that, because it's gonna be either as beautiful as this or even more beautiful. And I have to see what's on the other side.
Let's go then.
Each place has its charm. Some for being a mellow, sheltered place to bask in. But others have an otherworldly, harrowing beauty to them. A raw, windswept distance. And at the end of this valley, I got to show Kevin a secret gem in the wild.
You gonna pass me?
Fix your beanie? Just fix it. Just mess with it.
We spent some time there at the edge of the wild, doing what we love the most. Capturing memories through photo and film, and immersing ourselves in inspiration for the story we were crafting. But all good things must come to an end. And if we were to have any energy at all left for the grand finale at the top of the fjord tomorrow, we would have to get ourselves back to camp and get a good night's sleep.
It's very big.
Your first Cloudberry. You hate it? No, that was just a pit. How do you feel about it?
It's very different. It's like, it tastes like something.
Tastes like Norway.
That night, we skipped the entire inner tent and rolled out our sleeping bags right on the rich, soft moss that covered the entire ground. As the night closed in, all I could think of was what it would feel like when we crested the fjord tomorrow. And I worried, for the sake of the story we were crafting, would the weather reach deeper into its palette than just grey?
Yeah?
Hello from the editing suite. Thank you for watching part 2. If you like the vibe of this documentary series, there's going to be a book about how I started this beanie company. 100 pages of pretty much the same vibe as what you've been watching right now. So if you like it, sign up to the book list down below. There's also going to be a link to buy beanies, Norwegian hand-knit beanies, which is what this company is, fundamentally. And then, part 3, if it hasn't come out yet, hit the bell icon, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get a notification, and then you'll know when the next one comes out. That was all I wanted to say. Thank you a lot for watching. I appreciate that a lot. So, if I could just be relaxed be myself when I speak in front of the camera. That would make things very much easier. But unfortunately, I do not have that ability. But I don't mind.
Wilhelm!
Imagine you're in the tent and you're laying right here.
Wilhelm, this looks miserable. No.
This
Over
looks
here.
good.
9! 9! Right here.
Look at this. I look between my own legs and I see this mountain.